Weaving through 6 different countries in South America, the legendary Amazon River stretches for 4,000 miles. The Amazon's wide river basin covers an incredible 40% of the continent. This mighty river flows through the Earth's largest tropical rainforest, the most biodiverse environment in the world, a place where remote tribes are still being discovered. The Amazon is an essential artery bringing life to a continent. Although the Nile is officially the world's longest river, the Amazon is its largest in terms of volume. It carries about 1/5 of the water that flows in all the rivers on Earth. The Amazon is not just one mega river. It's made up of over 1,100 tributaries. These begin as small streams of glacial meltwater from the Andes Mountains. The calm waters, continually fed by secluded cascades, gradually transform into wild rapids. Lower in the Amazon basin, Indian tribes like the Machiganga still live in relative isolation. The river is the lifeblood of the forest. Far from any roads, it's the main means of trade, travel, and communication for the people who live here. By the time the Amazon reaches the Atlantic Ocean, it widens into a vast estuary, over 110 miles wide. Here, it releases 20% of all fresh water entering the oceans worldwide. That's 10 times more than the Mississippi. It's during the South American wet season that the river is at its most awesome. For 4 months of the year, the Amazon is hit by torrential rain, creating an incredible surge to the already phenomenal amounts of water. At this time, parts of the Amazon are 120 miles wide. Water swallows up tens of millions of acres of rainforest, engulfing land up to 12 miles from the main channels. The mighty Amazon, the world's most legendary river. The dense forests of Amazonia make up half of Earth's remaining rainforests. Covering an area larger than the continental United States, they contain an unparalleled variety of plants and animals. 1/3 of all the world's species are found here. One of the strangest animals is the Amazon river dolphin, otherwise known as the pink river dolphin. These powerful fish-eating freshwater mammals can grow up to 7 feet long. The curious pink color is thought to be the result of blood flow in capillaries close to the skin's surface. Just outside Manaus is another mysterious spectacle. Here, 2 of the Amazon's largest tributaries, the Rio Negro, or Black River, and the Rio Solimões meet. The Rio Negro is the largest blackwater river in the world. Although close up, it looks more like the color of tea. This is caused by the presence of acids in the water, naturally produced by plants to repel plant-eating animals. The color of the Rio Negro is in stark contrast to the Rio Solimões' brown, silty flow, made all the more noticeable because where the waters meet, they refuse to mix. This is a result of the Rio Negro being colder, heavier, and slower than the Solimões River. For over 6 miles, the Rio Negro and the Rio Solimões run side by side, creating constantly changing swirling patterns. This extraordinary phenomenon is known as the meeting of the waters and is one of the most bizarre sights in the natural world. Eventually, they mix and become one, the mighty Amazon, the world's most legendary river.
Well, another one of the really big stories of environmental change is the deforestation in the Amazon. An interesting part of the story starts at the river, a long ways to the north, actually. And if we zoom in here along the Amazon, way up in the what looks like virgin forest still, and is a lot of it is, you can see a road that leads from the Amazon here and along through more or less untouched rainforest for hundreds and hundreds of miles. And as you get south far enough, you start to see clearing along the road where farmers are starting to clear the forest and farm. Now, the road it facilitates the farming, the road facilitates the population coming out there, and then all along that road the land is cleared, and when there isn't any land next to the road, another road is cut off in another direction, and people start clearing that. And progressively you get this fishbone pattern that expands and expands and grows together into things that look more like this. And the forest is just a handful of little scraps anymore that are scattered throughout between farm fields where it's either a low spot that's wet or for some other reason isn't ideal to farm. Amazon basin deforestation is along an arc in the states of Rondônia, Mato Grosso, and Para. And from 1999 to 2012, it's quite striking. This whole area here in eastern Para state, if you go back to 1999, the vast majority of it is intact forest, and you can just see the herringbone roads come out through the forest, and then roads come out from those, and the land clearing and the forest disappearing. And it's made all the more obvious with these two protected areas here, which don't disappear. Makes it really quite compelling to see. As you look at this, these are, a lot of people call the Amazon the lungs of the world. It's a little bit at a time when you're on the ground and you clear an area for soybeans and you can feed some people. But when you look at it in the bigger picture again, as Landsat allows you to do, you can see that it's not something we can do forever.